Multi-digit multiplication with number chips. This is a digital lesson, and this one is pirate themed. So the lesson starts with explaining how to line up the numbers when you're multiplying. So you want to line them up in the ones place, and the larger number is going to go in that top row. When you multiply, you're going to be breaking it up into the multiplication into smaller steps. So we're going to multiply starting with this second number, the digit that's in the ones place, and you're going to multiply from right to left. So 3 times 3, then 3 times 2, and then 3 times 5. And the next slide shows how that works. So 3 times 3 is 9. We place the 9. 3 times 2, and this is actually 3 times 20, so that's why it would be 60 here. And then 3 times 5, 15. So students are going to start here on slide 5. They're going to be moving these chips into place to show the multiplication. So there's two ways that this is self-checking. The first way is that every number on every slide is available to the students, so they have to use every single number. So as these problems get longer and more difficult, they get to the end of a slide and the numbers aren't working, they know they've made an error somewhere and they need to go back and check. The other way it's self-checking is that every answer is going to be linked to the letter in this yellow heart. And if they've done these correctly, they will solve a riddle, a pirate riddle, on the final slide. So to move these number chips, they just click and hold on the edge, and then they can move them easily into place. And again, they're going to use every single number. So there's a few more to practice. They get a little bit more difficult as they go. Slide 7 shows what to do when you get a 2-digit answer, when you multiply. So here 4 times 7 is 28. We're going to leave the 8 here, but the 2 we're going to move to the next column to the left above this number. So here we get 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 is 18. We're going to leave the 8, and we're going to take the 1 to the next column to the left. And here we have 4 times 6 is 24. We're going to add that 1 and get 25. So this is our final answer. So students are going to do that on the next slide. Now on these next two slides, they've got the numbers here. The smaller circles are for the numbers that they carry. So here we have 6 times 8 is 48. They're going to carry the 4. They'll leave the 8 there. They're going to carry the 4. I need to move my fingers here a little to the left. Okay, and then 8 times 5 is 40, plus 4 is 44. I'll leave the 4, carry 4. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 4 is 28. And then I'm going to carry that 2. So 8 times 4 is 32, plus 2 is 34. They're going to do the same thing on the next slide. Smaller numbers are the numbers they carry. And then they're shown what to do when they're going to multiply a 3-digit by a 2-digit number. So they're actually multiplying 312 times 3 in this first row, and then times 20 in the second row. And then they're going to add the two products together. So they want to make sure in the second row they always start with a 0. And they're going to be doing this. So you can see these get longer, more difficult. There are more numbers to move. And again, if they get to the end and the numbers aren't working, they know they've made an error and they need to go back and check. Here's a 4-digit by a 2-digit. Then we get into some more difficult 4-digit by 3 digits in the last two slides. And here it shows that that third row, since we're multiplying by 100, we're going to start that row with 2 zeros, right to left. Now the final slide here has the pirate riddle. And here are all the answers that they should have from the previous slides. So they're going to go back through these previous slides, find these answers, and they're going to type in the letter that was in the yellow heart. If they've done these correctly, they will solve the riddle. So this is a digital lesson, multi-digit multiplication with number chips, pirate themed.